Warning: this video may contain strong language, adult themes, and humor, chaos, and fun times. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of DoJRP. Tonight, we're getting into some business meetings with potential new allies on the gang side, as well as taking care of some in-house peacekeeping.
Can I help you?
Police officer over there, okay?
Oh, okay.
Over there by the front of the building, okay?
Are you able to get me a colonoscopy?
No. Ah, lovely!
Hello, Mr.
A
Gully.
rapist poison member, just who I'm looking for.
Hello, Mr. Gully. How are you?
I'm Peachy, darling. How are you?
Not too shabby. Would you like a drink, sir? On me.
Oh, I would love. That would be lovely, madam.
Whatever you'd
What
like.
can I get you?
Scotch on the rocks.
Scotch on the rocks. I got you coming in.
How goes things in Toledo, madam?
Oh, not too shabby, sir.
Quite lovely to hear. I do business. Best with.
Awesome. I can talk some point. Cops or. Did you get
Hey.
asked to do a colonoscopy on your way in?
Of course, I did. Fortunately,
Yeah, where'd
the
that old
doctor's
man
office-
go?
He's outside.
Oh.
Last I saw him.
Hey, Jack. We gotta go to the hospital, man. Nah, you gotta get in my car. Come on.
Hello, Gimp.
Hey,
Alright,
where's the
Scotch on the
food
rocks,
at?
it's
Where's the
$5.
food?
Where's the cake?
Where's the cake?
What is that?
Excuse me.
It?
Excuse me.
Do you mind not being
Excuse
so
me.
close to me?
My bad. Can you move out of my way, please? I'm trying to get some
There's
food.
more bar space.
I need this space right here.
A young lady here said that
Next
she
to
was
my
going to
friend
pay
desk.
for my
Can you
drink.
move? Can you
That-
move?
that-
How much?
There's $5.
Can you move?
Be patient.
Can you move so I could get some food, please? I'm
Yo,
hungry, very
dude,
hungry. I'm
back
starving.
the fuck up
I'm-
before
You
I
can
very
be
kick your
patient,
ass.
or I'm going to make
I'm
you
not.
lose weight in a heartbeat. Your
What do
choice.
you mean? I'm very skin and bones.
Back
I go
the
to the
fuck
gym
up.
all the time. What you gonna do?
Fucking
just
kick your
eating
ass
food.
in the next week.
Why? What are you doing? Why you
Let's
have
play.
a
Back
gun?
up.
Fucking
Why-
move. Let's play.
Why do you have a gun? I'm just gonna have to get some food. You're messing with the wrong guy.
Out of my way, fat boy.
You got some crackers or nuts or anything for free?
Hmm. Yes.
Not surprised, sir.
Thank you. Now, as I do have to discuss with you,
Awesome.
I'm sure you've heard of the beating up.
I have.
We've totally been trying to buy as much of that as possible. And now, however, our friends in the ballers have reached out to us in regards to a business deal that they had set up with houses which never had gone through yet. I figured it would be you would not would because we deal with that.
Yeah, I mean, I can.
Apparently,
people.
they had set up a little deal to acquire some,
Yes.
and we, of course, we only do the unicorn. So I just told my spoken to you. So we should our lovely fans over at the Rapers because they like to go up into the mountains themselves to build their own snowman.
Yeah, that sounds not too shabby. I mean, love to speak to. I'll speak to them, see what they say. And see what we can get going for them.
So as I've told Mr. Myers to let the ballers know that we'll get them in contact with proper people that we know that deal with the ascertaining.
Yeah,
Well,
that's.
they have the people and resources to go up into the snow-capped mountains, collect snow for those that have times of summer. So, by passing the word along to you, I'll pass the ballers.
Yeah,
we give
that's
the
my kind
opportunity.
of specialty, sir. Yeah, that's my kind of specialty. I deal with all the snow and the green. So.
Mr. Gully, I apologize to interrupt your meeting, but they are here.
So,
Who?
The brothers.
oh, the hikes.
Are
Same
we fucking with
same
them?
instances as yesterday where they're asking my name and rank within the industry, sir. It's gonna be the gentleman in black with the black do-rag on his face.
Yeah. Let him mess with me.
I want to fuck someone up. Fuck. That sounds fun.
I have a nice little pokey thing. Just for him. He messes with me. Learn the viper. We'll get friends package. As myself and Mr. Vaughn. I won't.
What's up, fat bitch?
I will have Mr. Myers and friends.
Yes.
And you.
Sir, you So, need to any back of you away guys now. gonna be dancing? Sir,
Fuck
back
off.
away
I
now.
heard your mother's gonna be dancing.
I wanted to see some dancing.
I heard your mom's gonna be dancing. I might just take her home.
What you say about my mom's? Back
Heard
away,
that
pal.
she was gonna be dancing.
My
I might
mom's
just
gonna
have
be
to take-
dumb soon.
Dancing. I might, just have to take her home and show her a good
My
time.
mom's gonna be dancing. Okay.
I might just have to take her home and give her a good time.
Can I see you dancing, little lady?
Hell no. I ain't no fucking little lady.
Okay, so no dancing.
Marcus?
What about this guy? You gonna do any dancing? You need to back away
Marcus?
now. Listen, she came over to talk to me. I'm talking to the lady.
Hey, Marcus.
Alright, now you can fuck
Hey,
off.
what's up?
Your
Homeboy just got arrested for
Yeah.
that. On me.
Oh. Not really. Me, I figured I saw it was open and usually
Yeah.
mutual friends in our line of work.
Oh yes.
It's lovely to pass on regards to all of you.
Will do.
Next time. That's all.
Have a good one.
Hey, you know where the bartender is?
Hell no. Yeah.
Well, it's you, buddy.
You just fucking
We're
arrested
out
him.
of glizzies, buddy.
I sure did.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm about to pour some of this shit out.
Talk about the guy with the thingy majiggies, the
Good
braids.
evening, sir.
The dreads, not the dreads.
In front of Mike with black shirt.
Yeah. So.
Everett. I've handled my business.
Want me to be with you?
Yo. Yo.
I told you to fuck off already. This is your last fucking warning.
What's your fucking problem, dude?
Get lost.
What's wrong with this guy? Bad day?
Get
Spend this
lost.
Mother's Day. Get lost.
Yes.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
Is the bartender over here?
Get
No,
lost.
man.
That's fucked up.
Taken by the aliens if you catch me.
Oh, is he back on that?
Nah.
Don't know. Don't think so.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm about to let the switch off around this bitch.
Like the slingshot.
Take Mr. Gully, take him to a secure place, and get your ass back to you.
Understood.
You got any more people that can come around by chance?
I can see.
Yeah, go ahead and see. This place is gonna flow red soon.
Move, buddy.
I don't know. Do we have a problem?
I don't know, gonna keep running your fucking mouth.
For me, it's not a problem, but it seemed like somebody else is trying to create a problem, which is not something I like to do.
No, it seems like you're trying to create a problem, because all she asked you to do was hand over the gun, so we could secure it.
Why,
And now you're on your
why
fucking
would,
mouth.
Why would I hand over? Why would the mercenary who's been here for longer than you've been fucking walking hand over their gun when they're about to talk to somebody that is very valuable? Tell me that.
All right.
Tell me that.
Everyone, put your shit fucking away. Mr. Lucas, if you could take a step into the meeting table.
Of course.
Lads.
Are you wanting to keep my gun right now, sir? It's
No.
in your lockbox. It's in your lockbox because they decided they didn't want me to have it. So
There.
thank you.
There's Clay.
I think he's on his way. He's dealing with
Yeah,
cops.
he was on his way. I think he got stopped by an officer, sir. So it'll be a couple moments.
What is with all the upheaval? Pulled me away. Clean.
I could ask the same thing, and I come in here and he's arguing with a member who simply asked for him to hand over his gun, and he's causing a problem.
So does anybody know why he so distraught?
Apparently regarding the Bala contract.
Oh my god.
What I was told is there was people causing issues with the Ballas. Ballas were outnumbered. Leadership from the Ballas asked Clay if we can send a couple guys down there or whatever, have you not. And then I guess I seen Aaron there. He can tell you more of the story. He talked to Clay, and then he came over pitch fitting about the contract and how the contract needs to be restructured or whatever.
Who was down fucking with the ballers?
Apparently the Hikes. is from what I gathered, Mr.
That's
Golden.
nothing fucking new. I swear to God, they need to just be gone.
It was somebody in a white shirt, black F.
White shirt. black
Fucking
eyes.
hikes.
That was probably the hikes. That sounds like
It
them.
was the hikes. It was a black male in a silver shirt, blue jeans, driving a 2018 Dodge Durango, blue and collar with a plate of "Don't care."
Clay,
Yes.
did you mean to button your top in half?
Nope.
That is the wardrobe because mine was like that yesterday, and I didn't
Yeah,
realize it until
let me
3
go.
hours later.
Wardrobe's in there.
Fix yeah, let me go sew my tie on.
Okay.
I swear, every time they put new clothing in the stores, it fucks up all the racks.
I got lucky this time around.
Looks like it.
No, I didn't. I had to fix mine yesterday. It was a
Yep.
whole mess.
I was walking around like this, and no one corrected me. I did it for like 4 hours, and then I noticed it myself. I'm like, what the fuck's my tie look weird? Wait, why's my jacket open?
Yeah, I got lucky.
All right. So, this is how I'm going to have Clay fill his manager contract.
Yeah.
Does he have one? You're upper management now. All right.
Yeah.
So, this is how I'm going to play this. I want human resources, upper manager, and Clay with me. Topic because this is at a disgruntled employees coming to speak with proactive HR rep with. You'll be his HR rep. We do what he'll say. Resources represent. He's in charge of contracts, so he's going to stand here with that matter. Rest of you, about your normal duty. Needed.
Yes, sir.
Understood.
Third keeper, I need you
Yes.
a moment.
Okay.
Rest of you, on your way. Third keeper. Mr. Myers, fill me in.
Yes, sir. On which part do you want to be filled in, sir? There's been a lot that's been going on the last few days.
What is what disgruntled?
So apparently, he does not like the fact that we are doing asset and security protection for the Ballas, because while their numbers have dwindled and their sales have been uprising due to our weapon shipment and drug shipments, he does not like the fact that when shit is starting to hit my fan, shit is starting to hit the fan, with all due respect, sir, on Grove Street. He does not like the fact that we are the point man for the Ballas whenever shit hits the fan. However, though, he doesn't realize that every time that we mobilize a team down to Grove Street, we are instantly funded $120,000 directly into. Therefore, every time, it doesn't matter if we dispatch one person or not. Every person we dispatch is $120,000. So, well, yes, he doesn't like the fact of Vipers being on Grove being the dirty work for the Ballas. He also doesn't realize that every single time that we do so, we make anywhere between $250,000 to $1 million, depending on the situation at hand. So, yeah, I believe he's disgruntled about the whole mercenary disbandment within Viper Industries. However, though, he is trying to overstep his boundary by bossing management members around, as long as my brother as well, because I was hearing an earpiece of everything that was being said, both in office and on Grove. And personally, well, with all due respect, sir, I think it's about time you teach him what the fuck off been meant again.
Justin, go and fetch him.
Yes, sir.
Right, Mr. Lucas, before we get started, Dustin Myers is here as your human resources representative. Be overseeing this aspect for the human resources side of the house, as goes any disgruntled employee complaint. Mr. Clay Banner, put your fucking gun away, Clay. Clay is here because he's head of contracts and business agreements with us and our valued friends. Now, I would like to hear what you have to say, sir.
Oh, of course. I wasn't actually here for HR. And Clay, you are both always, chill with me. I don't know about him or like any of the other ones, so don't really. I have a job to do. My job is to protect yous. I do that. I do that very well. So when I have upper management trying to square up to me, it really doesn't end well. It usually doesn't end well for me because I'm the one that always gets the punishment for it. But I'm going to stand my ground regardless. That's something that you both know about me. I've been here longer than most of your upper management have been around. My actual concern was for the ball, the agreement that we have between the ballers and ourselves. Which is why I wanted to speak to you both, because I spoke to, he was down on the block, and he said, if you've got a problem with that, then you can speak to Clay and Mr. Gully, and I said, okay, cool. So that's why we're both here. Currently, as far as I'm aware, our agreement is we give them protection. We also give them guns, and they obviously they pay for the guns and they pay for the drugs. However, thinking about it, we are doing the dirty work for the ballers, and we are responding to them when they click their fingers. We are essentially bagmen for the ballers for absolutely anything that they want to do. My problem comes when I see a message in our contracted chat saying that we need Vipers down there for whatever reason. At this occasion, I went down to figure out what was going on, and I believe it was management plus members there, who explained to me that there was people that were on the block earlier on, etc., and they've been causing issues, and that Spider said blah blah blah. Not really caring what Spider said. My biggest concern is I don't understand how that is our problem. What's happening on the block when all we should be doing is, or at least in my eyes, all we should be doing is selling them drugs and selling them guns. If they have a war, if they have a vendetta, or if they are an all-out war against another gang, then yes, cool. We can maybe provide a little bit of support. But if there's two guys causing issues down there, and the ballers don't have enough manpower, that's a baller problem. That is not our problem.
Right. So let me start off by clearing up this murky water by pouring chemicals in. Since all of my security members and mercenary members have been overseas on that operation, there has been some issues here at the home turf. Particularly a group of individuals that call themselves the Hike Brothers. Now, today's incident, we were down there on Grove providing support because, lo and behold, same people giving us grief, Hike Brothers. It was a Hike Brothers giving them grief. I'm putting together a little Viper Industries friendship package for them, trying to gather intel and information and try to snatch them up if the opportunity presented. On the Hike Brothers, two of them, not too sure how many of them were messing around at the VU and then down at Grove Street today, so I asked members to go down there with the blessing and the ballers and the agreement we have. Yes, I do agree that they've started to kind of overstep that boundary on constantly requesting us to be heavy muscle and heavy hitters for them down on the block. However, every time we do go down there at that request, each member that shows up is individually paid for their services down there. This is something that I have noted in recent weeks has become an ever-growing issue with the ballers, and something that I am planning to discuss with them in full length, and having this contract reworded and reworked That way, we're not constantly jumping at the snap of the fingers. Take care of every single bit of problem that the ballers have. We have much greater endeavors that we are currently working on. And these constant little street game scrabbles are becoming a nuisance to my plans for the industry. Now, in a situation like this, where there's a mutual group of individuals that we have issues with, have been giving us issues on our own properties, if it presents the opportunity for me to take a risk of taking action and grabbing up one of these individuals, risk I'm willing to make. That was the whole situation with why we were down today.
Oh, that's fine then. But okay, cool. So take out today. I've seen, as you literally just said, I've seen previous times where we are being hailed any direction to ensure that the ballers get what they want by using us. As you said, us mercenary teams and security teams, we've been out for a while. We've been working elsewhere, and it's becoming a bit of a problem for me, sir. To be completely honest, and this is kind of going into the issue that I started with, if your upper management, except I will be straight up with you, Clay and Karma, they're chill. Me and Clay usually see eye to eye on things. The rest of the upper management and the rest of the management team do not understand what our jobs are. I'm sorry, I'm not going to take your shit. If you're, I'm going to walk away from you if you're saying something that's complete bullshit. But I'm not here to be fucked around with. I get paid to protect, and that's not something that's really understood by most of your management plus members, and that's really becoming a problem.
So if I may put in my 2 times tone, as you said, we usually see eye to eye, which is correct. So I want to notate a few things for you. May 10th, 2 days ago, we were on the Grove Street once again. We're doing asset protection. The time before was April 12th, almost a month prior. Every time that a member, one member, mind you, is dispatched down to Grove Street, that's $125,000 that's immediately paid to Viper Industries. Now, I'm not going to discuss with you how that money is transferred over or where or who it comes from.
Yeah,
that's instantly transferred over. Now, let's say we have 4 people there or 8 people there. We can get anywhere upwards between $250,000 to $1 million just for us being present there. That's not even ensuring the gunfight, because as you take into account, there's always the hostility of it. There's so many factors that come into play with us making more money. And then on top of that, whenever we make the presence down to Grove Street, yes, there's going to be Bala members that may be disgruntled because we outnumbered them. Or there might be people that do not like it because, of X, Y, and Z. Now, we do have a contract with the Bala leadership. Every time that we're on Grove, we show force, word always gets back to the deputy leaders and the leaders of the Balas. Therefore, a new deal is signed. Same thing with the families. We had an incident a month and a half ago where we were down on Forum Drive and we eliminated a threat. And what did the families turn around and do? They paid us directly, and on top of that, they also ordered over $1 million and provided shipment of drugs of the Purple Unicorn and of the weapons. So every time that we go down to the block, whether it's Forum or Grove, we immediately make money. Now, while I understand your job is asset protection and protecting of us, and I greatly appreciate it, at the same time, we have a contract that is written. And while Mr. Gully may want to change that contract until it is agreed upon, the contract is as remains. Now, I don't expect you to go down there if it's 10 ballas versus 1 person, but there's 2 ballas and there's 5 people at the BU that are trying to stir up problems. And the ballas request, because they know our intimidation factor is real. They know the fear that Viper Industry brings to the county and to the city. That is something we must take into account, and by all means, we must abide by our rules, and we must protect, because within the Viper Industries SOP, and the rules that we have, we must abide by our contracts. Otherwise, how are we going to make money? How can I pay for your services that you provide to myself, to the director, to the industry as a whole? I cannot pay you unless something must be given. In this case, well, I know you do not agree with it, but in this case alone, we've already made over $725,000 just by simply just being there. No shots fired, no pulling out weapons, just being on the block. So
That I
it's a
completely
give and
understand.
take game. And
I
in this case, you may not agree with it. And frankly, I don't always agree with it. But it's money that has to be made. And you and I both damn well know in this city, there are two things that makes us power: money
Yeah.
and power. Without the
100%.
both, Viper Industries will not exist. We have the power, we have the money. Let's keep making both of them.
Yeah, 100%. Like you just said, I might not agree with it, but I do my job. I do my job very well. I get paid enough for it. It's, we've got an agreement. Um, yeah, it works until it doesn't.
And when it doesn't, then we revise it
yeah.
and we revisit it.
I
But
mean, I
until
guess-
then,
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All those things out the way. Upper management members, if user, like, I mean, you heard my spiel earlier. It's like I'm here to protect yous. But I mean, in the nicest way possible. I'm a paid contractor. I if things aren't resolved, or not resolved, because that makes it sound like it's an ultimatum. It's not an ultimatum. I cannot see myself working in Los Santos if the mercenary, or excuse me, the security teams are not as valued as they should be, especially by your management and upper management members, because we both know that those are the people I cannot touch. I cannot break the face of a management or an upper management member, or I will die. I do it to a contracted member because they're talking out of line. Cool, that's fine. I can deal with them. I cannot deal with management or upper management members, especially when they're talking down to me, because I will walk away, or I will I will break their jaw so they can't speak for a couple of months.
then you know what you do in this case? You have an issue. You bring it to myself or to Mr. Gully. We can handle the issues
Well,
of the upper management or management.
The proper pecking on take it the resource.
I completely understand that.
I
do.
understand where you're coming from, Mr. Lucas, and I will be discussing this with my management members now that our security team is slowly making their way back to the state. Just so you know, because of our VICOM, things will be changing for the High Council with how security team, tech team operate.
Rog.
Days
That's fine.
of how we knew them in the past are now. Oh, they're moving more in the direction of how Miss Bonnie Viper operates.
I know exactly what you mean by that. If we're going to that, then we're going to get paid. We need to be paid more for what we're doing.
Of course. And that is
Um,
something that will be discussed. First, we have to figure out how this new toy is going to look and operate.
Yeah.
And then once we figure that out, we'll be able to determine what we're going to set the price for this new.
Yeah. In terms of, as I just stated, management, upper management, they're dealt with and not dealt with. It doesn't bother me. Um, if I continue getting lip from them, I may reach a breaking point. I'm close to there now, which is why I am requesting that management plus start looking at other positions in different cities within Viper Industries for myself to go to. If I would still be working for the company in the same position, just deal with different people, because I need to be dealt the right set of cards for myself, and currently that's not happening. So I know that there's a process on like on transferring. So I'd quite like that process to be looked at. I know it can take a few months, which gives me the time to reassess to make sure that it's something that I would want to do. Because as if you were to ask me, do you want to go to Vice City today? I would say yes.
I have a proposition. This is entirely up to Mr. Gully because he runs the show in this area, especially. Mr. Gully, curious. If I am not mistaken, the birds only answer to you and the Viper family, correct? What if possibly Mr. Locust here would possibly be interested in joining the birds department so that way he does not feel or get lip from the other management members that are new to the position that don't know or that are still learning the ways of how to be cutthroat and ruthless. It gives Mr. Locust here a new area that he can excel his expertise in that I know that he has in what he's done. And in this way, he's also able to relax because he'll only answer to a select few. So the heat gets taken off and he doesn't have to break a member of upper management or management member's jaw.
Possibly. Then I could get you, Mr. Lucas, to start training my bird. More like Miss Bonnie Viper, preparing them for this transition.
I could have your if I get all your birds at once, I could have your birds trained fully myself. I would need I would need Vicom to do it properly. But you know, I could have them trained by the end of like the start of next month, kind of thing, to a high standard.
And then obviously, you know, if going to a bird, there's obviously a much higher increase in pay, especially a man with your expertise and resume.
So that
So
is
this
completely
way,
for yourselves to figure out. I appreciate the opportunity. Obviously, as long as I kind of stay within my position, obviously transferring to another department, that would be absolutely fine. If I don't have to deal with management and upper management, that's even better. As I said, Clay, me and you have been pretty chill. We'll continue being chill, you know. But that is completely up for yourselves to discuss.
Yes, I have much things I'm working on with how this new appearance that's being ordered by the high table going to look. Once I get more clarity how this is, have a sit down with you, Marwell, discuss how Vicom stuff is a new era of life.
Understandable. Is there anything else I can do for you, sir?
That will be all.
Thank you, sir. I'm around if you need me.
Will do. Have a good day. Justin, go and fetch the.
Yes, sir.
my apologies, sir, to bring up the birds. I know that's your show, but I figured that could be a good opportunity for a man with such action.
Good evening, sir.
Go have a seat.
Yes, sir.
Go over and have a seat.
Okay.
As well.
Yes, sir.
Okay. They had weapons. Making verbal threats to me. Taking his weapon away. Lockbox. Desk.
Entirely.
Oh. Going to Dustin needs to start doing his fucking job. What did he say? Management fucking problem. Management or upper management. The problem? Fucking shit. Myers, who's in charge of the human resources, will allow him to contact myself, you, and Miss Palmer at hand in our industry. Work, because I have a fucking human resources.
Just like any other business, human resources files complaints, and then it goes up to the chain of command to the leadership, and then from there, the leadership will hand it down the punishment to whoever's out of line.
Exactly. Or we can have resolution. Add. Instead, they have to be understanding that all of our security team personnel coming back from because they were barred from the city by my table. But they are much out of the loop of the happening industry state.
I also recommend some discipline should be in order as well.
So, everyone here understands I'm not. I rolled. Want to play game? I goes, fuck off. I run the fuck off. I'm pissed.
Splendid, so
Are we?
yeah.
Please, everyone, take a seat. Much to discuss. I assume Miss Taylor left for the evening.
The director told you to take a seat. Take a seat.
Sorry, I'm dealing with some stuff.
I'm assuming Miss Taylor has left for.
Correct.
Very good. Hey, you sit too. Right, gentlemen. There's much to be discussed here. So, all of you need to keep in mind, our security teams and mercenary teams have been out of state for almost 2 months now. They're slowly beginning to trickle back to the state. So they are out of the loop on much of the happenings that took place while they were gone on the operations overseas. So, that brings me to my second point. If they're giving you issues, I have a human resources department in place for a reason. I'll complain with human resources and it'll be brought to myself, Clay, and Karma, and it will be handled accordingly. Thirdly, I understand the point of view that Mr. Lucas was coming from with our arrangement that we had with the Ballers. Something that picked up steam when they were forced out of the state. And it is something that I have seen an increasing trend on them asking us to help with all the things. They have numbers to handle the situation themselves. This has been discussed with him. He's understands where we were coming from with it. However, what I walked into my office on, no matter how disgruntled he is, the amount of shit that he's done for this industry, I highly doubt that he would go rogue, especially since he's coming from being one of the Vicoms, being part of the team leads for the industry. Yes, there's much of this that is being changed and going away, and this, that, and the other, but he is a very, very valued asset and has shown his loyalty to this industry, inside and out. we're not going to strip our security members of their weaponry, because that's the whole fucking job. If something happens to me, sure, kill him. But, unless something is to happen, they're allowed to have their weaponry. The contract that they signed when they joined the industry as a security member. Now, one thing that I'm looking at doing, since we're moving in the direction of turning the attack teams in assassin and so forth, there is a possibility I'm going to have Mr. Lucas help train up the birds with weapons training and such. They don't need the intel gathering. Got that down pat. However, combat skills might be an area that we could use his expertise on with training the birds. It's just a preliminary thought. I still have to iron out the details on it. Like I said, this is still a huge process that we're going through with all the changes that are needing to be made in accordance to the orders brought down by the high table.
If I may.
Yes.
So to add to that, I think most of us, because there's me, Gunner, and I think the Vulture's still around. I don't know. I've almost never seen him. There's only 3 of us right now. Most of us came from being mercs or attack team, so I think that would be a good thing for him to train up new people that we bring in. It's just we wouldn't need it now, as the current set already came from a background of mercenary work.
Gotta keep it. Also, think, how long have you been pulling the trigger? And of course, it's never, you never know what new skills or tricks that you learn. That's why we train. Yes.
That's fair.
And this is a very skilled man that is very good at his craft. He might have something to offer that might make us better at our jobs. Make you and your birds better at their jobs.
Speaking of my birds, I could do with quite a few more. Seems that people have kind of been disappearing.
Yes. That is agreeable. We need to start trying to figure out a way to recruit more birds. Recruit more members. Now, if a member gets into an argument, walks away, especially a member that has a security or attack team high standing, let's not antagonize them anymore. Let them walk away. I'll play along the appropriate. Because at the end of the day, the reason he walked away in that argument was so that he wouldn't take any drastic actions that would get him in further trouble. He was doing what he knew best in the situation, stepping away before the situation got out of hand. If no one wants to step away from a situation, let them step away from the situation. Because 9 times out of 10, that's going to allow them to go away, calm themselves, collect themselves, and then come back with a clear head, where we can hash this out civilly. Because at the end of the day, we are respectful of each other, especially our contracted members. I want to approach everything with a clear head and the chance to settle it peacefully before we have to escalate to a more physical problem-solving solution.
If I may.
Yes.
When you gave him the gun, I did hear him walk away mention that we were all fucking imbeciles, quote unquote.
You know what his job is?
Yes.
What is his job?
He is the attack lead and team lead.
Wrong. What is his job? Bearkeeper.
His job's to go out and kill people and tell other people to kill people.
Wrong. Dustin, what is his job?
To protect management.
And?
Upper management.
And?
Director.
And?
People, contracted individuals. Pretty much, he's.
Clay,
set
what is
the-
his job?
His job is asset protection that involves everyone within the industry above the rank of contracted to non-con, to members of management, to the boards of directors, to asset protection of all Viper Industries property and personnel.
That's
Exactly.
what I was trying to say.
His job
Okay.
is asset protection and the protection and well-being of the management plus members. When our management plus members, his words, act like imbeciles, it makes him question why he signed the contract to work with Viper in the first place. If we as management members are making poor decisions that put what we as an industry stand for, as well as our goals, our assets, our well-being in the line of danger, of course he's going to call us all fucking imbeciles. Because we're acting like fucking imbeciles. Everyone in this room was put in a position for a reason. We're all smart and savvy. We all have a skill that we are professional at in some form or manner. We're not like the common street thugs. We are gentlemen of high standing and high caliber. When we don't act like that, and we act like the common street thugs that we do business with, we look bad. We don't look like that high organization that has an international reach. We look like common street trash that just tries to peddle and push and control a small piece of pie. But gentlemen, we as the industry control a large, whole fucking pie. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
Yep.
Mr. Gully, if I may.
Yes, Clay.
When I traveled to England during my break into the county and the city, when I traveled to Edinburgh, one thing I want to make perfectly clear. I don't want to see members of management or upper management in an active area of hostilities. That, I'm going to single you out, brother, and I'm sorry. That includes you, Justin. Because at the end of the day, you are heads of HR moral and welfare. The last thing we need is to have a member of HR moral welfare, a member, number 4 of the board of directors, to be shot and killed in the line of duty. Now, this is not like how wars used to be fought back in World War II, where the general would be on the with his soldiers directing the fight. Everything changes with time. Nowadays, you're not going to see an admiral or a 4-star general with the with the Marines on the front lines. You'll be seeing them from miles away directing the front, ordering the people like Mr. Lucas to do the bidding of the industry way. The last thing I need is to see my members of upper management or management on the front lines in harm's way. Because at the end of the day, the only time I truly come out to the hostility line is if I'm already there making a deal and something happens. I don't just venture out of my snake coiled hidey hole to go to the fray unless absolutely necessary. And another thing, if we are going to go to a place of such hostilities, it may not be in the best interest to sport such supercars if chats were made saying hostilities are active, we need people, we need reinforcements, and a member of upper management or management or whoever decides to roll up in supercars, that makes more of a target. And the reason why is, I'm sure if I was a low criminal street thug and I saw a $2 million McLaren on the side of the road and a man wearing a red suit where everybody else is wearing just a black suit or black and red, I'm going to think, he must have the one with the most power. And therefore, I want to target him and to either kidnap him, to hurt him, kill him, or to steal his belongings. Because at the end of the day, that's going to be an easy flip. Mr. Gully can put in his thoughts in as well, but the last thing we need is to have members of our board of directors, especially in harm's way. That is what the mercenary or the security teams or the assassination team, as we're going to go to, is used for. They are there to be the dirty work. Now, if you are part of the birds, I cannot speak for the birds.
That's a
The
different story.
birds
I'm
do-
always on the front line.
Yes, the birds do as birds do.
The birds
They
have a special
live in the shadow.
contract that allows their leadership to be out there doing work. It was part of their contract agreement when they became a bird. Even if they are leadership for the birds, they still have to put in groundwork themselves.
And that's the reason why I cannot speak for the birds. But for the rest of the members of management and upper management, it is entirely unacceptable to go into a hostile area knowing that a fight could happen. And the cost of you dying will cost the industry more than you know. It is not easy to become a board of director or to become a member.
See, what he's getting at is the birds, they only oversee a small population of, whereas the rest of management, we oversee everyone. It's a much greater loss if we lose one of you than it is if I were to lose Birdkeeper. He's replaceable because he's only controlling a small population, whereas the rest of you, it's going to take much longer to replace that figurehead that is viewed on by everyone in the industry, person of importance.
For example, if I were to be shot and killed in the industry, the accounts I hold within Viper Industry, the hundreds of millions of dollars of assets I have that Mr. Gully and Simon Viper have entrusted me to protect with my life. If I were to disappear, run off, or to be shot and killed, our assets would be temporarily frozen, while Mr. Gully and Karma have to figure out how to get in touch with such accounts and to unfreeze them and to get the money flowing back again. Do you see the issue? While I control contracts and accounting, sure, I control the deal aspects, which makes up a majority of the money. I'm going to explain to you the same way I explained to Mr. Locust. Every time we go down to Grove Street, it doesn't matter. One person, just one personnel on Grove is $125,000. That's not even for the gunfight or anything that may happen. That's just us setting foot near their property. Now, I will not disclose.
Yeah, your voice is breaking up.
But at the end of the day, that's a lot of money. So if I were to disappear, that would not look good for the industry because I have the face of going out and doing deals, of securing the assets and money that we have, making sure that new properties that possibly may be coming one day go through us and I have to pay for it to ensure that Viper Industry gets the best deal. So if I were to disappear, that would cause a great deal of headache to Mr. Gully and to the Viper family as a whole. Do not put yourself in harm's way unless harm's way has to be put first. Because the last thing I need is to have to bury one of you guys, and then I have to do more work, or my brother, or Mr. Gully, or Karma, or hell, even Mr. Viper himself may have to do. Be smart when you're out, because the moment you leave this building, you theoretically become a target for every hoodlum, every crackhead, every person that possibly wants to get vengeance on Viper Industries. You instantly become a target. Remember that. You may be safe here, but the moment you step foot outside those doors, you are fair game for the world. There's only so much that the mercenary team can protect you for. So don't make haste decisions and put yourself in harm's way that could hurt the industry. Remember, we always have to look beneficial over everybody. We always have to look like we have the upper hand. The last thing we need is to actually have our upper hand fall.
Gentlemen, it's all that I have. They're all dismissed.
The email's been put out as well. The birds are on alert.
Very good.
Mr. Gully, I have rather good news. I have been speaking to Freeman with the Reapers, and we are going to be having a meeting with them tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time to possibly set up a new alliance and new deals of weaponry with them.
I like where this is going.
This is coming from Freeman and their president, Corbin.
I think it's time that I venture. Especially one
That
with
would be splendid.
going to be as close as an ally. Treated with poison all. Remember? Long to.
They did. See, I tried with the Lost MC, but with how the Lost MC's leadership has been, I no longer truly trust them to keep
Crumbling,
their word.
non-existent.
Unless it is Red, Dave Bull, then that man I would trust with my life. But everybody else, except for Mama Blue, I
About
do not
Mr.
trust.
Bull. That era is totally
It is.
birds that are little whispers in my ear are telling me all is not well within leadership. That it is imploding from
They are
hostilities and
fighting.
house fighting. Bad for business.
And that is the reason why I'm turning to the Reapers, where they have the numbers, they have the people, they have the money.
And
But
we
they
have
now
the
they need the
history
weaponry.
already and the connection with Max Viper.
That was going to be another reason. I figured we have the alliance in the city inside the concrete jungle, and now we need the alliance inside the county. And there's only true few options: the Dukes family, the Lost MC, and the Reapers. Well, the Dukes I know nothing about, and they haven't
I would
tried to
rather
reach out.
I would rather do business with Reapers, seeing how our hostilities have been sorted out and history.
Then it's settled. The meeting will take place tonight if you're interested in going, sir.
Yes, I'll be here.
And we can also.
I'm about to have to take a telecom. About an hour. Then I will be.
Yes, sir. And we can also support our new line of furniture as well to the Reapers, because I'm sure they would love to have that possibly at the clubhouses.
Precisely,
they would
Mr.
enjoy that.
Myers. Precisely.
I'll make sure that we bring a mule with us that has some
With
test
all-
pieces in it.
With all due respect, sir, and not trying to toot my own ego, there's a reason you put me in this position.
You have done a great set in place in that. Keep up the good work.
Yes, sir. The industry always comes first.
That will be all, gentlemen.
Clay. I'm gonna go talk details for this deal. Might as well iron them out now while we're here.
I step. At a time.
We'll be back one day.